So, this is a video of me playing Slither.io. This is an extra credit opportunity in video production. And I basically came up with my own method on how to survive the longest. Basically, you just have to, don't engage with other people. So, if someone just died and everyone's rushing towards them to get the mask, don't try and go get that because you're gonna end up dying. Second, you're gonna wanna make a giant circle so then mass can spawn inside of that circle so then you can eat that. And if you feel like your circle's getting too small, you can always just expand out more. As you can see, I just full screened right there. So basically, this is what, 10 minutes of me playing this game. I was really frustrated when I died at the end. But I found a spot that's not too close to the middle but not too far out that people wouldn't be there, because I wanted to kill some people so I can get them to get their mass. As you can see, I'm trying to make my space a little bigger. I should have disabled the cursor, but the one thing that helped was my new setup with my mouse and keyboard, even though you don't really use a keyboard in this game. But as you can see, I'm just collecting mass there. This person tried to rush me. I don't know, I might start a series on this, just cutting people off maybe, because that's what I do most. This video started off of me, or not video because I didn't start until I was in first place, but I got here from just cutting people off. You know, people try to cut you off and you turn at the last second and then they end up dying. So as you can see, my hole, or the circle that I made, is getting bigger, so then mass can actually spawn in there. So then I can eat and get bigger. Now when you're this big, sprinting, I guess you could say, even though they don't have legs, just rushing isn't very useful because you don't go that fast as if you're as smaller as these other people. So as you can see, mass just spawned inside there. So and if people die next to you, then it's okay to eat them, but you don't want to attack people that are just too far out. And when you're circling, you want to make sure you're I tried to circle this guy and cut him in, but then I just decided to leave him alone. When you're circling to make your hole bigger, you want to make sure that you're in the same, you're taking up the same space as the other parts of your body, so then you people can't run into you and kill you. And I was actually surprised that lasts this long. I just found this technique, I created it myself. I don't know if someone already created it, but I guess I discovered this. Now, since someone was already occupying that dead body, I guess you could say body, but that mass, I just didn't engage because that's a risk of him running into me, or me running into him, and then he eats me, so I didn't want to take that risk. Again, expanding my circle, I'm eating this mass because no one took it. And you want to get back to your, I guess, main circle. You want to get back there as soon as possible so no one can rush you. Someone just died there, so I'm going to try to get it, but alright. If someone, I'm trying to circle in that mass so no one else can get it. Because if you circle it in, no one's going to be able to get it, so. And I think there were a couple, purchase bots, I guess you could say, where people just buy them and then they just run into you. I think you're going to end up seeing one around here. It's give me your YouTube account or something. Yep, there it is. That one, just this tiny one that just ran into me. People are gonna eat that. Not a big deal to worry about that because there's not much gain. Already gone. I think there's another one that shows up. That guy's gonna try to cut me off, but no, that's not gonna work. And when you're recording this is why this is like my 5th attempt on trying to record this. The game becomes really laggy. So, yeah, that was a problem. I think I tried to get that mask, but people are already there. See, you want to try to make your circle bigger. There's another bot towards the top. You just make that circle bigger so you can spawn mass in there. And if it's big enough, people can actually spawn in there. And then you basically trap them at the beginning, which I think is pretty cool. This game is very entertaining because it's unlike Agar.io, like, you have to be a certain size to eat other people, but with this game, like, anyone can just run into you, or you can just run into anyone, and like, any size, and you're dead, which is pretty much the basis of the game. And I'm surprised I made it to the leaderboard, like, for this long. Like, if you, like, I think you probably already saw it, but it happens. I get knocked down to 2nd place, but then I get knocked back up. Because, you know, with this tactic, you're basically, like, guaranteed 1st place. My hole's getting, or my circle's getting a little bit smaller, so I'm gonna try to expand the circle, as you can see. I'm gonna try to get that mass. You know, if it's a little bit mass like that, but it's like far out, you don't want to risk your life to go get it. But if it's like a lot of mass, but people are already eating it, you're not gonna want to go get that. But if it's near you, then yeah, and if no one sees it, then you can go get it and run back. Your main circle is pretty much like your home, like you're safe there. No one can get you. This guy, I don't know what he's trying to do. He's not gonna get me at all. I try to make that little bump to see if he'll run into it, but he just ends up dodging it. I think he just leaves. Try to cut little corners. But this is my mistake. My hole, or my circle's getting a little bit too small, and I'm not paying attention to that. And that's why, where is it? This other guy tries to come get me. Trying to make it a little bit bigger. There's another bot. Again, you want to make sure you're going in the same direction. So, like, you don't want to backtrack. This guy is going to end up trying to cut me off. I tried to rush him a little bit. No, maybe not. Alright. I tried to get out, but nope. Oh, that was cutting it close. And this is what... Alright, so if someone's circling you, you want to make sure you get to the outermost part. See, this guy's going to end up cutting me off on that space. So you want to make sure you take up as much space as possible without running into them. You're pretty much only dead when half your half of the eyeball that's closest goes into their body, then you're dead. But if you, if you see here, it's like you circle, but you're not going too far in. Because you could basically, lap on top of each other like that and still not take damage. Because, you know, I don't know how that works, but it's probably like your hitbox or something. But the more you do it, the harder it is, because the more lag, like if there's lag, then you're pretty much dead. Like, you're dead from the start. If it starts lagging and you're in this situation, you're pretty much dead. But also, you're I don't know, your hand kind of gets shaky. This is from my experience, because when I was doing this, I started to sweat a lot, and my hand was shaking, and my mouse started getting a little bit shaky too. So you want the smoothest mouse transition, kind of. You want to have the smoothest mouse movements, and the smallest too. You don't want to make giant movements. You want to make sure your sensitivity on your mouse is down really low if you have that option. And you want to make sure you're keeping a pattern. I think I ended up dying in a little bit. It's right here. Nope. Alright, one more circle, and then I'm done. I've been watching this tape a lot. So, yeah, that's basically how to remain on the top of the list if you want to, if you're ever playing this game. You want to do this tactic. It helped me a lot. I've never done this tactic before. So, yeah, I was really surprised I made it this long. And right here I end up dying. Right? Nope. Alright. So, yeah. If you like this video, then subscribe maybe. I don't know. That guy ended up killing me. I, like, screamed at the top of my lungs here. That's basically it. You can see my little setup. I didn't want to waste time.